Hey guys, R. Pelton 1 here at Allagash Canoe Trips right out of Greenville, Maine. Flew into Bangor this morning and we leave tomorrow morning for a 7-day, 6-night canoe trip down the Allagash Waterway. It's going to be a fantastic time. Brought the hammock and we're going to give that a go. And there's another guy here with a hammock too, a dream hammock, so we're going to see how that works. But for tonight, just relaxing a little bit, having a little bit of beer, and we're going to shove off tomorrow. It was a decent drive up. There's a group of 13 of us in total, from all over the country: Tennessee, Missouri, Chicago, Minnesota. But we're all getting set up for the morning. Here's our rig, loaded up with canoes, loaded up with gear, and this is a fully guided trip. So the only thing I was responsible for was my sleeping system, my hammock, obviously, my clothing, boots, things like that. But all food, transportation, all taken care of. So
probably the incorrect way to steer your canoe. You'll go all the way through a paddling stroke to the very end, and then you'll twist your paddle over like a sailboat, and then you just swing it back into place. And so that's another reason it's inefficient, is you're really not going straight. You're going like this down the lake.
Okay, so we encountered a little bit of rain. Okay, it's a lot of rain. Made a little pit stop here. It's not terribly warm out anymore, but it is raining like crazy, man. Alright, well, the rain stopped. The crew's just ahead of us a little bit. It poured for a little while there, big time. I mean, where the rain is kind of coming through the little cracks in your rain gear, through the hood, through the pit zips and things like that. Wind picked up, but it's gorgeous out now. This is the kind of day I'd love to be in all the time. So, but we're not too far from our destination. I would think mostly an hour. And then just set up camp and dry out some of our gear, and hopefully, we're not too sore. So. Made it into camp. The camera's not showing very good light right now, but we got a guy set up in a dream hammock over here with a Cuban fiber tarp, and of course my REI. But we're just sitting down for some steaks and banana bread and all kinds of good stuff. And then we're going to call it an early night, because I got a feeling that a lot of people are going to crash pretty darn hard tonight. Day 2, just packing up. They've already made the second call for breakfast. Super calm out, got down to 53 degrees, which is what it currently is. But it was a good night. Calm, cool. Didn't even need the underquilt last night, just slept with the pad. But there's the crew there. We get some chow, pack up, and get on the water. Day 2, we just pushed off. The water is just about like glass. It's gorgeous out. It's about 53, 54, give or take. I was placed in the stern today. We're going to see how that goes. But I think we got a little bit of one paddling up to a dam. And then I think we're getting out and we're going to have to carry some stuff. Is it a small portage, Brian, or what is it?
It's almost like a little canal that connects the two lakes.
Heading over to Eagle Lake, connected by a little canal, like he said. So, yeah, should be a great morning to paddle.
Eagle Lake, connected by a little canal.
And then, yeah, it does call for some rain this afternoon, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You got to keep everything handy while you're in the boat, because once it comes, you don't have time to dig around in your stuff. So. So here at Lock Dam, it's a very short portage, so we're doing something a little bit modified, keeping all the gear in the canoes, and just 6 to 8 guys on a canoe and putting it right down there. But many hands make light work, so that's one way to do it.
This is a heavy one. Surprisingly heavy. Yeah.
Do you want me to slide back, or?
You can just carry the whole thing, that'd be great.
Just lift as much as you can, however you can.
So here's the stream that we got to line the canoes down till we get to Eagle Lake. Some spots are pretty darn shallow in here. The water's down overall on the year, just haven't had much rain, but got about a half mile of this and on to Eagle Lake. Well, it's about was about noon or so.
Yep.
Gonna stop for a little bit of lunch. We had a pretty good push. The water's still really calm, and we all stayed in a group this time, which was really nice. But hopefully this weather holds, and we got a little bit more of a push, probably another couple hours, and then we'll set up camp for the day. But it's been a good day. I feel great. I feel fantastic. So look forward for to a good lunch. So and everyone seems pretty cool except for this guy back here. So. Pushed off from lunch, and of course it's raining again. But now during lunch it started to rain a little bit, so we had the time to put our rain gear on, which was invaluable. So we're going to stay a little drier. However, crossing that creek on the way in here, everyone's feet got soaked. People are dumping water out of their boots, and so there's not a dry foot in the house right now. Come to find out that Keen sandals were the actual way to go, and I don't remember reading anything about it, so lesson learned there. So we'll just try to stay dry and keep pushing to Schofield Point. That's where our goal is to camp for tonight. So we're coming through from Little Eagle Lake underneath an old logging road bridge, and I think those are railroad ties. They actually boated in train parts all the way up here for the logging industry, and then they reassembled them here as well, and then they had a 20 miles of track to get the logs out of here. But a lot of that old stuff is still standing. We're not going to be able to make it to the train sites where the actual trains are, but they're still there, and it's quite an attraction. But this is one of the bridge crossings for them, way back in the day. So pretty cool. Well, it's the end of day 2. It rained for the rest of the day from about noon all the way till 6 or so. It's 6:45 now. Finally got some dry clothes. Had a fantastic dinner. Chip and Lonnie cooked kielbasa and beans and chocolate cake. It was fantastic. It's good to get those calories in you, especially before a long day. It really helps. So a good breakfast, a good lunch really helps. But finally dry. I'm laying in the hammock. It's not even 7 o'clock, and I may just lay here for the rest of the night because it's still lightly raining, but it's supposed to get a little bit better tomorrow. So, maybe if it dries up pretty good and people are up and around with a fire a little bit later, maybe I'll get out. But as of right now, I'm laying here, and that's it. But I'm tired, but it was a great day. Bob, my paddling partner, did a great job. He's very knowledgeable, and he really helped out in some of my strokes and helped me direct things in here and there. So I get a great night rest. I got to get up pretty early. I set up my Winganeer tarp to house a bunch of my gear while I set everything up because it was pouring. And then tomorrow we're going to head down the river with some rapids and things like that, so that'll be pretty cool. Still feeling pretty good. I'm ready for a few more days, but I'm ready for some sun. But I guess we'll see you in the morning.